Hey everyone, Alex here and welcome back to another World Conqueror 2 video. So this is part 2 of Europe 1939 as Bulgaria. If you haven't checked out the first part, I strongly recommend that you do so before watching this video. But anyways, we are going to hop right into the game here. So in the last video, the Soviets actually managed to sneak past the Romanians and take Bucharest, which is what AIs tend to do. They especially AIs that side with you, they just tend to leave their cities undefended. So we are going to remedy that right there, and we have taken Bucharest now. So that means that we can basically threaten the Soviets from the south over here, and we are going to take we're going to consolidate our territory over here, and we're going to ensure the Soviets can't launch airstrikes against us. That is a crucial step over here. And okay, we're gonna take that infantry unit out, and then we can just move across over here and take a bit of land and hence more income for us. Let's get Bucharest up into a level 4 city over here. We will definitely need that, and let's end the turn once again. So right now over here, the Germans, they are in a bit of a situation here. They are not in a position to really take the French out of the fight over here, and they are also struggling with Denmark and the Soviets as well. So they've pretty much shot themselves in the foot by by doing what they are doing right now. And the Soviets, they are able to basically attack the Germans and take them out piece by piece, which is something that doesn't exactly happen in World Conqueror 2, but it is. It's just not looking too good for the Germans right now. They've also got the British to deal with, and they are more than just a nuisance right now, because the Germans have to focus pretty much all of their resources onto stopping the British from landing over there, and that will be a big issue because those resources could have been used to take Paris. So it's not really looking too good over here, because in order for the Germans to take Paris, they will have to take the British out. But in order to take the British out, the Germans will have to take Paris. So we're kind of stuck in an infinite loop over here, and it is basically not looking too good for our allies at the moment. And so we are currently at round 8 over here, and we're just going to advance over here and move this guy across, and we're going to move this artillery into Bucharest. And once this guy gets over to here, then we can basically launch an attack on Astana over here, and and the Soviets will have the southern flank basically exposed to us, and we've got a gateway to Kiev and Moscow over here. So that will be our plan at the moment. And as for the Western Front, we're not going to deal with it yet, at least, and we're just going to let our allies just throw their forces into the grinder over here. And it's not really going to accomplish much, but at least it helps us buy a little bit of time, I guess. And the Soviets are going to push into Finland over here. It looks like they are going to attempt to outflank Finland, because Finland has all their forces in attacking formation right now. All of their forces are all really in a really forwards position over here, and that will leave them extremely vulnerable to any counter attack, which the Soviets are doing right now. So the Finns are pretty much dead by this point, and that will open up the Germans' northern flank to any attack by the Soviets. And that will be a little bit of an issue over there. So we've got to do what the Soviets are basically trying to do right now. Got to open up the southern flank and force them to divert resources onto defending against us. And yeah, okay, so the Hungarians are going to continue to move, and yeah, the Hungarians are going to lose the tank. That's not that's beyond a shadow of a doubt right now. And yeah, okay, we're at round 9. Alright, so let's just do this over here. This infantry unit can take this, doesn't really matter. And yeah, okay, we are going to take that level 1 city, and that over there we are going to take Ashtana. 1 2. Okay, we're going to take that industry, and looks like we've got not enough for an infantry unit, which is, yeah, it's not really good over here. But we've managed to take Ashtana, and we're going to buy an infantry unit there to block any Soviet attempt to take it back from us. And we are going to move our forces north over here to counter and hopefully surround the Soviet forces fighting south of Kiev. And yeah, that would basically annihilate quite a bit of their forces, and that would basically leave their southern flank wide open for us to take. Alright, now the Germans are going to hopefully take Paris. Okay, looks like the AI is not really doing a lot. They could have taken Paris, but nope, they decided to take some level 1 city. Yep, I love the AI right here. I just love it so much. And yeah, this is why it is pretty much impossible to kind of to kind of have fun, I guess. Not really, I guess. I guess I'm having fun, but yeah. It's really impossible to rely on your allies over here because they just suck. And yeah, I've mentioned this a lot of times, but really it's sometimes situations are kind of unplayable because your allies suck, and that is yeah, it's just outrageous that things like this could happen. Because in any real world situation, it is basically common sense to take a major city instead of taking some random undefended like land, I guess. And yeah, especially now especially like just now when the Germans were basically one attack away from taking Paris. Yeah, it just makes zero sense sometimes. Yep. And I really don't know what the AI is thinking at this point in time. They're just basically trying to screw us over. And yep, not even sure why I'm talking about this. I've talked about this issue many times before, and yet I find myself talking about it time and time again, which is definitely something that needs to be corrected. But yeah, it is impossible for it to be corrected at this point because the developers have stopped working on World Conqueror 2 for a long time, and that means that this issue won't be fixed. So anything that really happens right now, any bugs whatsoever, no, it's not going to get fixed. And that is a huge shame because World Conqueror 2 definitely has a lot of potential over here. And yeah, and to see it just go down like this, and yeah, it's kind of a waste. And really, it is definitely a game that I enjoy a lot, and yet I find myself talking about the same issues time and time again. And it gets really tiring after a while to talk about this repeatedly. And yeah, I really do want to stop talking about it, but I really am unable to do so just because of how frequent it occurs. And it's outrageous that this is allowed to happen. And yeah, okay, let's not talk about this. It kind of pisses me off just talking about it. And yeah, while we're ranting about that, the Soviets have pushed into Finland, and they've also retaken Kiev from us. Yep. And yeah, so once again we see better decision making by the enemy AI than our allies, which defeats the whole point of having allies in the first place. Because if they are just here we go again, but if our allies are just kind of like dominoes and just poke them and they just go down, then they're basically useless and they might as well be working for the enemy right there. And yeah, okay, let's just stop this right now. It's really getting extremely annoying just talking about it. And yeah, it's not something that I want to talk about it. It's not something that I want to talk about because it just pisses me off. And yeah, so okay, let's just move our forces up here and take the industry over there. Okay, right now we have basically carved our small little empire over here within Soviet territory. And right, I forgot to put a level 3 city over there. Okay, we've just managed to do so, and we're just going to buy a couple of infantry units there, and we're going to take out that rocket launcher because once we take it out, the Soviets, they don't have a level 4 technology, so they are unable to replace that rocket launcher once they lose it. And then we're going to buy an infantry unit to basically capture all of this land over here. And yeah, I guess we are pretty secure now. Let's just move this guy over there, and we're going to end the turn. Okay, so the Germans have bought a Guderian and put him in a tank, and Denmark is still surviving. Okay, I was not expecting that, which brings us back to the entire issue of having incompetent allies. Like, they are incompetent to the extent that they are beyond incompetence right now. Yeah, I'm just really tilted at this point, and there's really nothing I can do to stop it, I guess. And right now, yeah, the Finns are dead, and it has opened up the northern flank of the Germans to attack. But it's fine because we have managed to take Astana and Kiev. Yep, okay, Finland has gone down. And the British, they are going to do that thing. So right now, our focus over here is to push north, take Moscow, and we want to retake Finland. Then we'll move into Norway and then Britain from there, and that will win us the game. And it should work because our allies are really idiotic and incompetent. So we should be able to take all of those countries out by ourselves. Okay, round 12, and this should be the last round of this video over here. Okay, not great. Okay, nice. So we are basically just kind of swarming the Soviets with units at this point, and I wanted to use a bomber there, but then I realized they've got an anti-aircraft, so that won't do. And okay, at this point in time, we kind of want to move and attack Moscow directly. Okay, let's do that and move this guy back over here, just to make sure Kiev is properly defended from any possible Soviet attack over here. And yeah, we're gonna try and take Moscow over here. So we are just going to swarm Rokossovsky over here with a bunch of infantry units, and we're just going to buy a couple more infantry units and put them at this airport, just to strike at Minsk, together with the Germans, of course. And yeah, okay, that will do it. And we're just going to move this guy up there to basically take all of the industries, and we're going to end the turn. So yeah, okay, the Germans are going to counterattack at this point because the Soviets have left their front lines pretty much undefended, and that will hopefully allow the Germans to rebound a little bit. yeah, the Germans are still kind of struggling with Denmark. I'm not going to say anything else about that, because I'm sure all of you guys are annoyed at this at my ranting and like whatever that I'm doing right now. So yeah, and yeah, okay, so the Soviets are going to move south to counter the German attack, and the British are going to continue to try and land in mainland Europe over here. Okay, so alright, so we are approaching the end of this video over here, so I guess we'll call it a day over here, and thanks for watching this video. If you have liked this video, please do remember to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe as well. But that's it from me for this video. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and of course, goodbye.